Hello, everyone. This is my telling the story of post-war America. I'm telling the story of one Wanieta Ruth Wanzer, born August 4th, 1916, Moran, Kansas. One of 14 children, one of 12 who survived infancy. She was married in 1940 to Robert Wheeler Wanzer. They moved to California shortly before he went into active duty in the U.S. Navy. She had her first daughter in 1942 and her second daughter in 1944. When Robert came back, things were not very good, and they divorced in 1949. So we have a young Kansas farm girl, Depression era woman alone with two young daughters in the 1950s. Not a very approved of situation. She was a school teacher. She got her degree in education in 1953 from College of the Pacific, now University of the Pacific. They lived in Stockton, California after the divorce, but then moved to the San Francisco Bay Area, San Jose specifically, in 1966. And she was teaching in Fremont, which is just north of San Jose, for 39 years, working for the school district there. She'd been teaching for about 45 years total. And that was her entire financial history, was working as a teacher, a low-paid teacher in a good-sized school district. She was the district librarian for a while. She taught history and government and was a head librarian at the same time at Washington High School in Fremont for 29 years. So you have someone with that early Depression era mentality, always very conservative and conscientious in spending. She was one of those type of people who would always repair rather than replace, if at all possible. She instilled that in me growing up. She was a very adventurous person. She wanted to do things. She lived vicariously through her reading. When she passed away in 2004, May of 2004, I was still in flight school. And the one regret I have is not being able to take her flying. She would have absolutely loved that. So coming out of World War II, she had, the personal stresses of a husband coming back who was not who they were when they went away. She had the financial stresses of being a single parent in a time where that was not a very acceptable thing. And she maintained a low-paying job for 5 decades until she retired, at which point she retired on a teacher's pension, which was pretty low, and her Social Security. So that's her financial status throughout that period. I have a whole bunch of primary sources. Unfortunately, most of them are genealogical records, and I don't have proper citations for them, and frankly, they're in filing cabinet right now, and I have to go digging for them, and this is the end of the course. It's the last day to post. I do have a book on developing those citations, a little bit of a minor handbook here. I do plan on developing the skill set of citing appropriately for genealogical information. That concludes my story of post-war America through my grandmother, Wanieta Ruth Wanzer. Thank you very much. Have a great day.